Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Ariana and I want to give you a practice report going into the final practice before the 49ers versus Lions game, and then also a couple thoughts around John Lynch's comments around what to root for today. If you're watching this on Saturday, there's NFL games, and John Lynch and the games today have an effect on next year's season, which is kind of what we're looking out for. Really quickly though, I do want to wish everyone, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I had a great Christmas. Make sure to tell your family how much you love them, your friends how much you love them, whoever it is that is special and close and important to you. I know the new year's coming up, so if you're into writing goals, I don't like holding yourself to like hugely unrealistic standards, but I think setting aspirations and just speaking positivity, things that you're grateful for, things that you'd like next year, all good things. Want to give a special shout out to my dad. Love him so much. I'm excited to do a little bit of celebrating with him in a couple days. He's also getting surgery, but not a big surgery. It's like on his mouth. That was maybe too much information. Anyways, I'm just feeling grateful for my family and my best friends. But getting into practice, obviously Trent Williams is on IR, but he was asked about it today, and he has visited specialists to talk about his slow to heal ankle injury. He originally wasn't put on IR because they didn't think it was going to take more than 3 weeks. It's not a high ankle sprain. It is a regular low ankle sprain. Now, something that I've talked about is he has suffered not only multiple high ankle sprains, but also multiple low ankle sprains over the course of his career. He's actually missed 1 to 5 games every year in the last 5 games solely due to an ankle injury. So I'm not counting games that he's, had other issues. Meaning that, to me, with 1, age, and then 2, the reoccurrence of the injury, to me, it makes sense that these things are slower to heal. I'm praying for him. He's obviously just got a huge contract extension from the 49ers. So they're definitely also praying that he will be healthy enough this offseason to train and come back next year okay. Also dealing with that personal issue. So praying for him in that way as well. But Kyle and Trent both clarified the personal stuff is not what is holding him out. It is fully the injury, which is a shame. Speaking of injuries, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, they got $90 million combined. $95 million this offseason alone. Not counting their future contracts, but just for this year, they got paid $95 million. They were supposed to play a total of 45 games, and they combined only played 21 games. So when we're talking about some of the 49ers issues, I think it goes far beyond injury, 100%. But at the same time, that's a whole lot of money that could be, spread apart. And all those guys are under contract. So we're hoping that Brandon Ayuk, who he has been posting on social media, he's just doing his rehab, hopefully midway through next year. It won't be to start next year, but hopefully midway he'll be okay. Does scare me that obviously we saw him slow to reach he never quite got into football shape after missing just an offseason due to his contract. And so now it's like, okay, you might be healthy midway through next year, but if you're not participating in football level activities, hopefully he'll come back and surprise me. But that contract, something that the 49ers are certainly second guessing. And then obviously Christian McCaffrey, he was walking around in a full knee brace. So not only with those bilateral Achilles tendonitis, but with that PCL injury, and then Christian McCaffrey, then Trent Williams fully on IR as well. So did not participate today. You got Aaron Banks. I mean, we got to have Brock Purdy wrapped in double tape, or in bubble wrap is what we have to do with Brock Purdy. Obviously the Lions, speaking of injuries, the Lions have more injuries than the 49ers. I do have this. 49ers currently have 14 players on IR. The Lions had 19 players this year on IR, have had 19 players / starters on IR. 49ers, like I said, not losing because of injury. They're losing because bad fourth quarter execution, penalties, red zone woes. The problem of the entire year has been the red zone. Special teams play, blown leads, quarterback not being protected / not being able to distribute the ball, turnovers, missed tackles. So to me, those things are to blame before you blame injury, because like I said, Brandon Ayuk, he did miss games, but he started the first 7 games of the season. Christian McCaffrey was injured, but Jordan Mason came in and was playing better than Christian McCaffrey. Jalen Moore he was filling in decently for Trent Williams. I'm not going to say he was on Trent's level, obviously, but to me, it's disingenuous to blame injuries for the way this season has turned out. But back to did not participate today, wrapping Brock Purdy in bubble wrap with that. I was saying the reason I thought about the comparison is the Lions are also very injured, specifically on their D-line. They had something like 14 defensive players out. They also have their starting running back out and stuff like that. But Aaron Banks, did not participate in practice with a knee injury. Robert Beal, D lineman, had an ankle injury. Also on the O-line, Spencer Burford, guard, out with a calf injury. Dre Greenlaw out for the year. They're finally projecting Dre Greenlaw. After the game where Greenlaw went out and he was screaming in pain, and if you watched my post-game reaction last week, I was very critical of the 49ers playing him. He came back from injury, balled out for a half a quarter, had to go out, and then they started him the next game. To me, they were not slow playing him, and they were, maybe he was pushing to go, but the job of the coaches and trainers is to protect their players. And Fred Warner and Nick Bosa both made comments after the game kind of saying, obviously Greenlaw, he's a football guy. He's going to try to push himself through anything. This team needs to protect him from himself. And seemingly, in my opinion, we're pretty critical of the people that allowed him to go out and play, every snap when he was coming off a huge injury and then also dealing with a new injury from that first game. So he is now on IR, Dre Greenlaw, out for the year. And then Kyle Juszczyk, he missed practice with an illness, but should be fine. And then once again, that O-line, Colton McKivitz, out with a knee, did not participate. So scary for that O-line. The 49ers did sign a guy, Matthew Brown, I think is his name. And I'll report back with more information about him. But they need to sign multiple guys. They got Aaron Banks, Trent Williams, Spencer Burford, Colton McKivitz, Ben Barch. So many people are out on this offensive line. It's who's going to be protecting Brock Purdy? Did not participate doesn't mean out for the game. Just didn't participate in today's practice. Limited was Jair Brown, safety with an ankle. D lineman Leonard Floyd had a shoulder injury, so he was limited. Isaac Guerrero, obviously 49ers really went away from the run game, struggled to run. I'm not going to put that all on Patrick Taylor. I think Kyle Shanahan, I don't know why he went away from the run. But Isaac Guerrero, hopefully he'll, potentially be able to participate with being a long week off Monday night game. He was limited in practice with that foot/hamstring injury. And then full go, so these guys were on the injury report, but now we're fully able to participate in practice. Nick Bosa, hip/oblique, doesn't mean he's not still dealing with it, but he's fully able to participate in practice, which is wonderful. D Winners with a chest injury, fully able to go. Talanoa Funga, wrist, fully able to go. Jordan Elliott, D tackle, knee, fully able to go. And then Tatum Bethune at the linebacker position, for a depth piece, knee, fully able to go. Love that. Also, regarding Brock, a lot of people, myself included, have suggested that maybe Brock is still dealing with a little bit of an injury on that shoulder. He's never had the strongest arm, but he's been able to throw down the field. He's been able to not zip the ball in the fastest way possible, but he's had a little on his arm. And to me, his balls have been floating, he's passing up downfield shots. So he's not even attempting downfield shots, and his short passes are kind of floating, not zipping in there. So I was thinking maybe he's not injured in a way that is hindering them to play, but he's dealing with something, getting, shots or something like that, because he really has regressed. He also hasn't been scrambling as much since his injury. So I was thinking, okay, if you scramble, you're going to get hit. Maybe he can't, maybe that would be so painful that he's trying not to scramble as much. He was asked about it yesterday. said, are you 100% healthy or are you just healthy enough to play? And Brock said, I'm 100% healthy. Yep. I guess it's good that he's 100% healthy, but it's kind of like, okay, well, why have you all of a sudden regressed so much then? I don't know. Maybe it's just, like I said, the rest of the team dealing with a lot, but Brock Purdy's plays, in my opinion, been down, and I was thinking he was playing through injury. Maybe he's just saying that he's not. Obviously, he's in a contract year. Maybe he feels like it's better to, say that you're 100% healthy. I also don't want to question him. If he says he's healthy, he's healthy. But scary times for Brock Purdy. Kyle gave a vote of confidence for Jake Moody. Most people were thinking maybe he'd get cut after the game. I'm hoping that they're going to bring in a new guy this offseason. But Kyle said, I believe we got the right guy on our hands. He blamed Jake Moody's ankle. He said before Jake Moody suffered that ankle injury earlier in the year, he had only missed one kick. Now, if you go back to last year, he missed multiple kicks in the regular season, multiple kicks in the playoffs, and a kick in the Super Bowl, and then just continued to miss kicks all of this year as well. So, I don't know. Kyle said, I don't know. I don't know why Kyle is sticking by him. I'm hoping it's just because, get these last two games out of the way, and then come this offseason, there'll be major changes. Then, John Lynch also had some comments. He said that they have to look at the root causes of what's going on in this team to fix it. In my opinion, they have a bad center / O-line, but definitely Jake Brendel at center. The D-line has really regressed. Nick Bosa in general isn't getting as many sacks, but the line around him isn't helping. The safeties can't tackle, they have struggled with missed tackles, but the safeties can't cover. So there's a lot put on, those cornerbacks, which I think the highlight of this year has been, Deommodore Lenoir, Renardo Green. Then age and injuries, they've signed a lot of old players that already were injured to big contracts, and those guys aren't contributing. And then, like I said, the quarterback has regressed. And, we don't know why. Obviously, a lot of stuff going on around him, but also just him in general. I feel like his play, if you isolate it, is lower than it was last year. So hopefully those things can be fixed. And something that we could look for next year, the season should be a little bit easier with the schedule. Today, Saturday game, the Cardinals and Rams are going to be competing, and we want the Cardinals to win because the 49ers finish in last place. Then they will be playing versus the Bears, and then at the Patriots and at Cleveland. But if the Rams win, then the 49ers will finish in third place, and they'll have to face Green Bay, Dallas, and Cincinnati. Obviously, those teams are a little bit harder. Now, this team isn't doing great even against bad teams, but we want the easiest possible schedule for next year to be able to, hopefully have a huge turnaround going in to next season. So we're rooting for the Cardinals to win so the 49ers finish in last place. Anyways, please give me a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Love you. Happy holidays. Bye. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. Like and subscribe. I'll have lots of more content and a reaction to the game coming.